Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the June 15 to the 30th period. Now, it's been a very transformative time this last few months with the lunar and solar eclipse bringing in so much masculine and feminine energy. And now we're sort of left to connect all of the dots, right? And to see what changes and evolutions and what process we are being invited to, understand ourselves in a new way. These new pathways of understanding ourselves emerging. Now let's see what messages we have for Pisces for this period. Okay, Pisces. Now, so you've got the Six of Wands in reverse as the primary thing that needs to be brought into alignment. So that suggests to me that how much external validation are you looking for? How much validation are you seeking from the outer world? Do you need acknowledgement and recognition from the outer world in order to feel recognized and acknowledged on an inner level? Are you looking for the external to validate the internal? Yeah, I feel like saying to you, Pisces, that you are successful regardless of what the public thinks. If you feel like you are connecting to the vision that you have for yourself and your life, and you're doing your thing, you don't need the validation of the external world to keep going, right? You just need to feel that you can provide yourself with that feeling of enrichment and that sufficiency. That's sufficient. Moving forward, you don't need to understand the opinions of other people. The opinions of other people are not any of your business, right? When it comes to how the outer world sees you, that's just data. That doesn't mean that's fact, right? That's just interesting. It's curious to see what other people think of us, but their opinions of you are really none of your business in a sense, because they can affect your beliefs about yourself, which seems to be what's the highlight here. Now, in terms of the process that you're on right now to understand yourself, it has to do with authenticity, which makes sense because if you're looking to the external world to validate your sense of being authentic, that's a recipe for disaster, because the outer world is a collective of other unique expressions of source, because that's what we all are. We're all, cut from, if you think of this card, cut up into a squigillion pieces. That reflects all of us, but we all come from this card essentially. So really your expression of this card is different than my expression of this card. So why compare expressions, right? The idea of being authentic means you go ahead without worrying about anyone else's card. You just do you. Right? You do you and be authentic, and you don't have to hide who you are. You don't have to sneak off, right? He's sneaking away with his 5 swords and he's being tactful. He's not being authentic. And so it's almost like, is that what you're doing? Are you doing people-pleasing behaviors? Sometimes this combination says to me that you're focusing more on pleasing people than pleasing yourself. And Pisces, that's not going to serve you. And I think you're starting to see that. Now, the truth behind all of this is that, you work really hard at getting stuff off the ground, and you're working hard right now to create something new that is material, something physical. And right now, the thing blocking you is you're looking to the outer world to tell you whether or not it's good. Right? You're waiting for someone to acknowledge you or recognize you, when really it's all within, my dear Pisces. Now, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And so you could have a placement, might not be your sun sign, but if you are resonating with this reading, then it's really time to go inwards for that validation, okay? Because all your hard work isn't necessarily going to be valued by everyone in the external world. Now, the action you're being guided to take is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, she's very self-sufficient and very self-reliant, and this is energy we're talking about here. So the energy of her is the energy of this card is really suggesting that the action to take is to be authentic, is to look at self-sufficiency, is to not be too concerned with the opinions of others. So don't let other people's opinions about whatever it is that you're working on building here dissuade you. Be authentic. Step into the pleasure of being self-sufficient. Step into the vibration of enriching your life through the work that you're doing. Really, really beautiful. And don't worry about what other people think of you, right? Seeking validation from someone about this is where you're running into problems. 7 of Cups is the final guidance for you from this part of the reading. So that really suggests that you have options, and they're emotional. You're attached. There is meaning attached to all these options. And you're at the place right now where you have to make a choice, and it's proving to be a difficult one. It's proving to be difficult on the level of how it makes you feel. Okay? So, yeah. That really says to me that your emotions are guiding your work, and your emotions are being fed by the opinion of others. And it's not necessarily in balance with you being authentic. So it's almost like some of these options require you to be tactful and less authentic, less you and more a product that's based on what the external world is saying, a product that's based on the needs of others. This people-pleasing vibe is really present here for you, Pisces. Yeah. Are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for some other people? What self-sacrifice? I'm feeling it. Okay, let's clarify some of this. Can we clarify this 6 of Wands about needing public recognition, acknowledgement, acceptance, validation? Why is my Pisces so wrapped up in that? Okay, so what do we see here? Okay, well, that makes sense. So we get the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. So that says that right now, like the Queen of Cups presents an energy that's a paradox, because she's highly empathic. She's an intuitive. She knows the emotions of others. This is your home sign, my Pisces. Okay, you are the Knight of Cups. This is the Queen. The Queen is Cancer energy. And that really says to me, to see it here for you, that it's like you're picking up on the feelings of other people, and you're confusing them with, is this me or is this them? If someone says that I'm blank, is that a reflection on them, or is that a reflection on me? And so again, it brings in this idea of working with the outer world to understand yourself, instead of, that's why the Queen of Cups is a paradox, because she is empathic, but sometimes she confuses other people's energies for her own. And then we see the Ace of Pentacles next to her to clarify this 6 of Wands, which really says that you're starting something new for you. This is about you and you. These are I am statements. These are statements that speak about your identity. Authenticity is the theme of this reading. And it's almost like, you're gonna pick up on the energies of other people, but how much of those energies are you gonna use to form the structure of this new auspicious beginning, right? This is for you, Pisces, not for the rest of the world. Even if the rest of the world is going to benefit from whatever it is that you're doing, your focus needs to be on you being authentically you. Now let's look at that 7 of Swords. And what do we see? The Page of Pentacles. Again, auspicious gift of energy, raw physical energy coming in. So you need to be gentle with yourself here as you're being authentic. Take it easy. You don't have to scream your message. When we're easily emotional, we are easy to manipulate. You can stand grounded in your authenticity with this beautiful Page of Pentacles energy guiding you and supporting you, but you must be gentle with yourself. Now, this 3 of Pentacles, that is the truth behind why we are facing this sort of authentic tug of war, is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands suggests that you need to sort of tap into that sustained vision that you have in order to complete the next phase of this, right? You got to the 3, and now to push forward past everything, what do we need? We need the Queen of Wands. We don't need public. We need inner creative, sustained vision. We need a strong will. We need drive. We need to embrace life fully. We don't need to embrace the opinions of others. That's not the energy of this card. This card is suggesting that the energy you need to tap into, my dear Pisces, is your inner creative vibe, the one that can be constantly creative with its vision and sustain with that will, desire, will, and drive. Okay, that will bust through any mental or physical block that you're experiencing, because it's a very vital energy that the Queen of Wands possesses. Now, this Queen of Pentacles is also here to tell you you're very secure. This is the action you were guided to take. So, oh, thank you. Wheel of Fortune and 2 of Swords. It's decision time, my friends. You need to decide. Which sword are you going to take? Are you going to take the authentic sword, or are you going to take the sword that is a people-pleasing, self-sacrificing sword? Because the Wheel of Fortune is here. You are starting a new path, and it's one that is going to lead to your development once you step into this authentic space where the opinions of others really are not your guiding principle. You are doing this for you. You are doing what you are passionate about for you, not for public recognition, not to receive some sort of public acknowledgement, and not to feel like you've pleased everyone. You're doing this for you. And the option card is the final guidance here, the 7 of Cups, which says it's time to choose. It is. It's time to choose mentally, and it's also time to choose on an emotional level which pathway forward. Let's look at that 7 of Cups. Can we clarify that 7 of Cups? Ooh. We got Justice, and one flipped over as I was shuffling, the Devil. Very Capricorn energy, which suggests ego. You got to look at these options in a way that's just, don't just look for the option that's ego satisfying, right? All of these options are here, my Pisces, and you have a choice. You can look at it in a way that is fair and just and speaks to your authentic self in a way that is very mentally clear, okay? Where you have balanced the needs of this ego. Or are you going to just full on ego it, right? The path of the ego would suggest that you're going to seek public acknowledgement, and you're going to want to succeed in a material way that acknowledges you publicly. The justice vibe here suggests, you got to put this in balance. It can't be all ego. It's got to be authentic. And it's your ego is a part of you, but it's just the part of you that seeks pleasure, and seeks pleasure in a way that's not ever going to be satisfied. Always more. And so you've got to get that checked. You can't always be in pleasure mode. You can be in pleasure mode, but not always satisfying it on a material level. Let me take that back. We can experience pleasure and joy, but in ways that are more grounded in our inner sense of ourselves. We don't need to, feel joy from having a fancy car or having a giant house, or having tons of money sitting in the bank, or using substances. Maybe you're using substances to feel pleasure. The true nature of pleasure, okay? The true nature of pleasure comes from that authentic drive that is led by passion and your will for life, not to block life, right? To experience the joys that come with embracing life fully on a spiritual level, more so than just on a material level, is the vibe I'm getting here for you. Now, let's see what the oracle cards have to say about all of this. What are the oracle messages about this situation? We see openness fall out immediately. Simplicity, which makes sense because we're dealing with some ego stuff here. And flow with some more cards. Okay, so we got openness and simplicity. So you got to be open to simplicity. You're going to have to flow, act as a leader. Oh, beautiful. So clear, these messages. Be open to a more simple existence, my beautiful Pisces. You don't need all of that public external validation. Your path is very simple. You flow with your intuition, my dear Pisces. Do you ever? This is a beautiful card for you because the moon card in tarot represents Pisces. And look at this card. It's all about flowing with the moon, your intuition. Let that be the thing that guides you. This ego is just going to keep you loopy, loopy, loopy. The devil is just the ego trying to loop you around. So we need to balance the needs of the ego with the needs of the soul when you select your option. And it's simple. It's simple. It's simple. Your path forward is going to be much simpler once you release all that drama of needing public recognition, and you need to act. Look at that fiery, fiery cloud. You need to act with the flame that you possess, and you can tap into that. You're going to be a leader. This isn't going to be you working for someone else or you working to please someone else. You are leading this path forward. We've got so many beautiful cards with the moon here, which suggests you need to use that intuition and this guiding star, which is your higher self. Wow, what a beautiful reading for you, my Pisces friends. Choose you. Choose you always first. Now, let us get the final card here from this oracle deck. Okay, Pisces. Yin. Yeah, you're going to have to tap into that feminine energy. That energy is associated with the moon, with your intuition, with your sense of being open to creation, okay? It's time to be a leader like the Queen of Pentacles. You talk about yin energy, okay? And the Queen of Cups. These two are the expression of that feminine energy in its highest form, okay? In its highest form. And you got the Queen of Wands as well. So many beautiful feminine energies here for you to encourage you and support you. And that is a beautiful reading for you, my beautiful Pisces. Tap into that feminine energy, tap into that intuition. You're going to find everything you need there. You're not going to find it, however, by relying on the external world for validation. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. Okay, take care, everyone. Lots of love and light.